Welcome to Cobblestone Curiosities. Curses, tombs, mummies. Today's episode has it all. We will explore the dusty ruins of an ancient mystery that has captivated and frightened people for nearly a century. Do you believe in ancient curses? Whether you're a firm believer or a skeptic, we invite you to join us on this journey. Today, I will share the tale of the curse of King Tut's tomb. As a note, today's episode will incorporate some narrative elements to enhance the entertainment value of the facts and details surrounding the mysteries of King Tut's tomb and its discovery. Now let's set the stage. The year is 1922, and beneath the relentless Egyptian sun, the Valley of the Kings conceals secrets buried by time. Among the towering sand dunes lies the elusive remnants of the past, as the archaeological team led by Howard Carter uncovers a find that would send shockwaves around the globe. The discovery, a treasure-filled tomb sealed for millennia, belonging to the boy King Tutankhamen. However, with Howard's groundbreaking find came whispers of a dark curse, a foreboding omen of dire consequences. How did these events take place? Our story begins with the discovery. 1922 was a time when the allure of ancient Egypt captivated archaeologists and adventurers alike. Among them was Howard Carter, a determined British archaeologist who had dedicated years of his life to uncovering the secrets of the past. With the financial backing of Lord Carnarvon, Carter embarked on a quest to find the lost tomb of King Tutankhamen, the boy king whose reign was dripping with mystery. After years of fruitless searching, Carter's persistence paid off. On November 4th, 1922, his team stumbled upon a step leading down to a sealed doorway. It was here that Carter made the discovery that would etch his names among the greatest archaeologists of all times. As he peered through a small opening in a doorway, flickering torchlight revealed a treasure trove beyond his wildest dreams. Gold, jewels, and artifacts lay untouched even after all of these centuries, waiting to tell the story of the young pharaoh who had died too soon. The curse of the pharaoh, often associated with the discovery of King Tutankhamun's tomb, is surrounded by tales of misfortune and untimely deaths befalling those involved in the excavation. Notable figures include Lord Carnarvon, who financed the expedition and died shortly after the tomb's opening, sparking sensational claims of a curse. Scholar Hugh Evelyn White, overwhelmed by the psychological weight of the curse, tragically took his own life, leaving a note referencing the ominous legend of the curse. American visitor George J. Gould succumbed to a sudden illness following his visit to the tomb, adding to the curse's mystique. Dedicated archaeologist Arthur Mace, health declined rapidly, resulting in the death from pneumonia, while radiologist Sir Archibald Douglas Reed experienced an unfortunate illness after examining the young pharaoh's mummy. Each of these events, whether coincidental or intertwined with superstition, contributes to the enduring narrative of the curse. The fascination of the discovery quickly ignited. The world observed in astonishment as news of the discovery circulated rapidly. However, amidst the excitement, there emerged murmurs of an ancient curse, a forewarning for those who dared to disturb the eternal slumber of the pharaohs. An inscription reportedly uncovered within the tomb warned that, quote, "Death shall come on swift wings to him who disturbs the peace of the king," end quote. Is there validity to this curse? Let's explore the situation surrounding those supposedly afflicted by the curse. The first victim of the curse is said to be George Herbert, the fifth Lord of Carnarvon. Born in 1866, Carnarvon was a British aristocrat and the primary financier of Howard Carter's expedition. So Lord Carnarvon's story unfolds a little something like this. As Lord Carnarvon gazed over the sun-drenched sands of Egypt, a variety of emotions surged within him. The journey alongside Howard Carter had been nothing short of extraordinary, filled with moments of exhilarating discovery and the promise of unknown treasures hidden and buried beneath the earth for millennia. Each day had unfolded like the pages from a grand adventure novel, revealing the opulence of Tutankhamen's tomb. The tomb of the boy king had lain undisturbed for ages, and as such held secrets that seemed to speak to him through antiquity. Yet, as the excitement of their finding surged, so too did an insidious tide of superstition. Whispers of a curse, born from the depths of ancient beliefs, began to infiltrate their camp. The very air around him seemed thick with a sense of supernatural foreboding, as if the tomb itself had been sealed not just by stone, but by a warning from the ages. Carnarvon could not shake the feeling that they had trespassed into sacred territory, awakening something that should have remained undisturbed. His thoughts turned darker when, after unveiling the treasure, he found himself struck by an illness that began with a simple mosquito bite. What should have been a minor annoyance spiraled into something more sinister as a painful infection took hold of him. Lying in his bed, fevered and weak, he felt the weight of the world passing down. The headlines of newspapers screamed of the Pharaoh's curse, swirling around him like vultures drawn to the scent of decay. In those moments, the walls of his lavish surroundings closed in, and he pondered the possibility that he had indeed awakened something ancient and malevolent. As the days passed, Carnarvon felt like a mere pawn in the inscrutable game played by forces far beyond his understanding. Each tick of the clock echoed with the question that haunted him. Had they disturbed the resting place of the young king? Were they now subjects of a fate woven into the very fabric of history? The thrill of their discoveries faded into a haunting realization that perhaps they had unearthed not just gold and jewels, but a lingering curse that sought retribution. The day of April 5th, 1923 arrived with a chilling finality. As he took his last breath, his life seemed surrounded by the shadows of the past, and with his death, the mysteries of the tomb loomed larger than ever. The world outside continued to spin outrageous tales, cultivated by the allure of the treasure that they had found, yet seemingly oblivious to the deeper, darker story that unfolded within the confines of his surroundings. Lord Carnarvon's journey had begun with dreams of glory, but it would end shrouded in the enigma of the Pharaoh's curse, a haunting reminder of the delicate balance between discovery and destruction. His death on April 5th, 1923, occurred just a few months after the tomb was opened. Following a mosquito bite that became infected, he developed pneumonia and died in Cairo. His passing sparked sensational headlines, with some reports claiming that a mysterious blackout engulfed Cairo at the moment of his death, further feeding the cursed narrative. Hugh Evelyn White, the scholar. The following is a fictionalized journal entry compiled from many of the facts of Hugh Evelyn White's final days. Final journal entry of Hugh Evelyn White reads as follows. Dated April 26, 1924. As I sit here watching the shadows dance on the walls of this dimly lit room, I can feel the weight of the curse weighing down upon me. It is suffocating in its intensity. The air is thick with a sense of foreboding, as if the very tomb we unearthed has wrapped its spectral fist around my heart, the intruding fingers tightening their grip more with each passing day. I find it difficult to breathe, as though the dust of the ancient pharaohs is now mingling with my own lifeblood. The inscriptions we painstakingly translate spoke of glory, of power, of eternal life, yet they also whispered of a darkness, a curse that has seemingly trailed us like a shadow since that fateful day in the Valley of the Kings. One by one, my fellow scholars have fallen victim to a series of tragedies, their lives snuffed out like a flame of a candle extinguished by a sudden gust of wind. Each death has gnawed at my sanity, a relentless reminder that we have disturbed something that was meant to remain undisturbed. I remember the excitement that coursed through me as we first entered the tomb, the thrill of discovery pulsing in my veins. We were explorers, seeking knowledge, and yet now I find myself ensnared in a web of despair. Haunted by visions of the departed, their faces twisted in agony, their eyes wide with terror. I have become a prisoner of my own mind, tormented by what we have uncovered. And for what? A fleeting glimpse into the past, marred by the blood of the innocent. I cannot shake the feeling that this is not merely a coincidence. It is as if the tomb itself has awakened, angry at our intrusion. I fear that I am the one most cursed of all. I have felt it creeping into my heart, a slow deterioration of my spirit, a hollowing out of the very essence of who I am. The note I leave behind is not one of rage or protest, but rather an acknowledgement of my surrender, my acceptance of a fate that feels inescapable. I have succumbed to a curse which has no power to harm the innocent. How hauntingly ironic that it is the innocent that I fear for most. As I prepare to take this final step, I find solace in the thought that perhaps I will finally find peace among the ancients, away from the chaos of this world. I have fought valiantly against the shadows, but now I must lay down my sword. In the end, it is not glory or knowledge that awaits us beyond the veil, but rather the quiet embrace of oblivion. May those who come after me heed this warning. Some doors should remain closed. Some secrets should stay buried. I hope my sacrifice will serve as a reminder of the weight of our actions and the delicate balance we tread upon in our quest for understanding. With one last breath, I surrender to the darkness. Hugh Evelyn White. A British archaeologist and a scholar, Evelyn White was heavily involved in documenting the findings of the tomb. He reportedly became increasingly disturbed by the implications of the curse and the artifacts that he studied. Tragically, he took his own life in 1924, leaving behind a note that referenced the curse. His mental decline and ultimate fate exemplified the psychological toll that the legend appeared to exert on those connected to the tomb. He was unable to bear the weight of the psychological torment of the discovery. Was the curse real? Was it madness? Was it guilt? We have no way of knowing. What does seem clear is the fact that it was real enough to compel Hugh Evelyn White to his unfortunate end. As he said, quote, "I have succumbed to the curse which has no power to harm the innocent," end quote. This may be the most tragic of all the accounts we will discuss, but the curse, indeed, if there was one, continued to claim lives. George J. Gould, the curious visitor. George J. Gould was an American railroad magnate known for his vast wealth and influence in the early 20th century. Born into a family already entrenched in the burgeoning railroad industry, Gould inherited a fortune that he expanded through shrewd business ventures. His life was marked by ambition and a relentless pursuit of success, which led him to become one of the most notable figures in American commerce. With a keen eye for opportunities, he navigated the complexities of the railroad industry, acquiring and consolidating various lines, ultimately establishing a legacy that would resonate through the annals of American history. So how did a railroad tycoon such as Gould join our stories of mummies, mysterious deaths, and curses? Well, his part of the story goes like this. In 1923, Gould's insatiable curiosity about the world led him to Egypt, where the tomb of the young Pharaoh Tutankhamen had just been unearthed. This site, shrouded in mystery and awe, was a magnet for adventurers and scholars alike, promising treasures and secrets from an ancient civilization. Gould, enticed by the allure of the discovery and a chance to witness history firsthand, ventured into the tomb, unaware of the ominous tales surrounding it. As he stepped into the burial chamber, the atmosphere was thick with the weight of history. The walls, adorned with intricate hieroglyphics, seemed to pulse with life, inviting him to delve deeper into the mysteries they contained. The treasures glimmered under the flickering lights, each artifact promising majestic stories of power and divinity. Yet what began as a thrilling exploration soon turned into an unsettling experience. In the days following his visit, Gould fell prey to a fever that gripped him with ferocity. Initially dismissing it as the results of fatigue from his travels, he soon realized that something more sinister was at play. Whispers of a curse, rumored to strike down those who dared disturb the pharaoh's eternal rest, began to echo in his mind. It was a tale told by locals, a cautionary warning that had seemed far-fetched until now. He, like many, thought stories of a curse were just creative editors out to sell newspapers. Gould now reconsidered this assumption, as he feared there may be some truth buried within these sensational stories. As Gould's health declined, he became trapped in a web of anxiety. The fever burned fiercely, accompanied by an unshakable sense of dread. Lying in bed, he was tormented by tales of those who met tragic ends after venturing into the pharaoh's realm. The vivid memories of his family and successful life began to fade, overshadowed by a deep regret for seeking glory in such a dangerous way. He was now engaged in a struggle that no wealth or influence could rescue him from. Fear gripped him as he worried that his next breath might be his last, and he was profoundly troubled by what awaited him in his final moments. So what were these final moments like? I can envision Gould feeling the oppressive darkness closing in around him. There must have been a peculiar connection to the ancient king whose tomb he had trespassed. Did he hear the faint echoes of the pharaoh's laughter as silence surrounded him? Perhaps in those haunting moments, he grasped a chilling truth that some legacies, like the pharaoh's tomb, are better left undisturbed. Tragically, George J. Gould passed away on May 16, 1923, mere weeks after his visit to the tomb. Arthur Mace, the dedicated archaeologist. Arthur Mace was born in 1874 in the bustling city of London, where the seeds of his curiosity about the ancient world were sown. An early fascination with history led him to pursue a career in archaeology, and he quickly established himself as a knowledgeable and dedicated figure in the field. His passion for ancient civilizations caught the attention of renowned archaeologist Howard Carter, who invited him to join the team in the early 20th century as they embarked on an ambitious quest to uncover the tomb of the young pharaoh Tutankhamen. In November 1922, Mace became a pivotal member of the team that made one of the most significant archaeological discoveries in history. The moment they uncovered the entrance to Tutankhamun's tomb was a defining moment not just for Mace, but for the entire field of archaeology. The tomb, hidden for centuries, contained a plethora of treasures, including gilded chariots, golden jewelry, and the beautifully preserved sarcophagus of the pharaoh himself. Mace's meticulous documentation of these finds showcased the splendor and complexity of ancient Egyptian civilization, contributing greatly to the understanding of the era. However, as the excitement of discovery unfolded, so too did a shadow of dread that loomed over the excavation team. Reports of misfortune, illness, and untimely death among those involved with the tomb's discovery began to circulate. Arthur Mace, who had once been vibrant and full of life, found himself battling severe respiratory issues shortly after the tomb's opening. The whispers of a curse that was said to protect the treasure of the tomb began to take hold of the public's imagination, and Mace's declining health seemed to lend credence to these tales. Despite his struggles, Mace remained committed to his work, often working long hours in the dusty, hot environments of the tomb. He continued to contribute to the cataloging of artifacts and excavation process, driven by his dedication to uncovering the secrets of ancient Egypt. Yet the toll on his health was evident. His laughter faded, replaced by a persistent cough that seemed to echo the growing fears surrounding the curse. On February 22, 1928, Arthur Mace succumbed to pneumonia, a tragic end for a man who had devoted his life to unveiling the mysteries of the past. His death, occurring in the wake of sensational stories surrounding the curse, solidified his legacy alongside Howard Carter's in the annals of history. The narrative of the pharaoh's curse thrived in the media, intertwining Mace's name with the allure and peril of ancient Egypt. Today, Arthur Mace is remembered not only for his contributions to archaeology and the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb, but also for the cautionary tale that accompanied his work. His life story serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between triumph and tragedy in the pursuit of knowledge and the enduring fascination that the ancient mysteries hold over humanity. Our last case centers on Sir Archibald Douglas Reid, the radiologist. Sir Archibald Douglas Reid was a distinguished Scottish radiologist born in 1878 who made significant contributions to the field of medical imaging. His early life was marked by a keen interest in science and medicine, which led him to pursue a career that would eventually intertwine with one of the most famous archaeological discoveries of the 20th century. Douglas Reid's expertise in radiology positioned him as a pioneer in using X-ray technology to explore the human body, laying the groundwork for future advancements in medical imagery. His most notable legacy emerged in the early 1920s when he was invited to participate in the groundbreaking excavation of King Tutankhamen's tomb in Egypt. On November 4, 1922, British archaeologist Howard Carter discovered the tomb, which was laden with treasure and artifacts from the young pharaoh's reign. As excitement bubbled over the find, Douglas Reid was called upon to conduct X-ray examinations of the mummy of Tutankhamen in January of 1924. His innovative use of radiology provided invaluable insights into the health and physical condition of the young king, who had ascended to the throne at a mere 9 years old and died unexpectedly around the age of 19. While Douglas Reid's contributions to the study of the king's remains were groundbreaking, his involvement with the tomb came with an unexpected twist. Following his examination, he began to experience severe health problems, despite having been in good health prior to his work in Egypt. By June 1924, he faced a series of unexplained ailments that baffled medical professionals of the time. This rapid deterioration of his health led to speculation about the infamous curse of the pharaohs, a legend claiming that those who disturbed the tomb of Tutankhamen would be met with misfortune or death. The legend gained traction especially after the untimely demise of several individuals associated with the tomb's excavation, including Lord Carnarvon, the financial backer of the expedition. Douglas Reed's own struggles culminated in his death on September 30th, 1940 at the age of 62. His passing fueled the narrative surrounding the curse, as his name became synonymous with the misfortunes that followed the discovery of the tomb. Though there is no scientific evidence to support the existence of a curse, the story of Sir Archibald Douglas Reed remains a compelling chapter in the annals of archaeology. His work not only advanced the field of radiology, but also became entwined with a legend that continues to capture the imagination of people around the world, illustrating the fine line between scientific discovery and the mythos that often accompanies it. So what are your thoughts? Is it fact or fiction? A curse or not a curse? Madness or malevolence? The unanswered questions and the allure of the journey are what make these explorations so enjoyable. The mystery surrounding it all is the special ingredient that entices us to return again and again for another fulfilling experience. These historical curiosities remain a source of fascination for many of us. As we wrap up today's episode, it's clear that the tales surrounding the curse of King Tut's tomb continue to blur the lines between reality and myth. Whether viewed as a series of unfortunate events or as a real curse, these stories invite us to ponder the mysteries of history and the allure of the unknown. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the past. We hope you found our exploration captivating. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed the episode, please like and subscribe. We can't wait to have you back with us as we uncover more intriguing topics. Until next time, thanks for watching.